All right, we are back in my lounge room for another follow along workout. And I say we, but I don't know where you are, but anyway. So today it's beginner hip mobility, and I mean an actual beginner. This should be accessible for most people. I mean, if you're a poltergeist, sorry, I can't help you. You do need a body, but let's be real. So I'll try to make this as accessible as possible, but still very effective. No equipment, we'll start on the couch. Okay, so we'll start off with the couch stretch. So we're gonna bring one knee and place it in the corner of the couch, okay? So right with that shin against the back of the couch, okay? You may have to lean forward quite a bit. For some people, this is enough of a stretch, okay? So we'll just hang out here. But over time, the idea is that we're going to straighten that upper body, push that back hip forward, squeeze that glute, and we're gonna hold this position, all right? We'll hold it about 30 seconds, okay? I don't actually have a timer. I'm not a watch person, but it doesn't really matter exactly how long we hold it. We're just gonna hold it for a little bit, because over the course of the week, we wanna get time spent in this stretch, okay? So doing a stretch for 2 minutes once a day is not as good for, 30 seconds here and there to be a total of over 5 minutes of the week. That's what we're trying to do. Chip away at it, just hold these positions. Don't make stretching too hard or any kind of mobility, because you're not gonna do it, okay? So just try and straighten up over time, squeeze that back glute. All right, now we're going to change to the other side. So I just showed on the screen, there are alternatives if you cannot kneel, or if this is too hard for whatever reason. And remember, even if you're here, that's your body. That's just where you need to be, okay? So don't try and copy me as far as, I'm up here. Like I'm not super flexible, but, I've done this one a lot because I used to have really tight hips. And here I am, okay? So just try and, just wherever you are, just ease into it a little bit more. You should never go into pain. This one will be very, very, very uncomfortable, but, we all know the difference between this and pain. And yeah, if you're struck on the other version, just do that one for as long as you can, and eventually you might do this one. If not, it doesn't matter. So we'll just hold this one, we'll get this one out for a couple more seconds, and as you're probably sick of it, but you have to relax during stretches. Simple as that, okay? So just trick that body into thinking it's okay to be here, okay? Finish it off, easy. All right, so we're on to the next one. All right, so the next one, super easy. We're gonna get both fists, slam them together, place them in between our knees. We'll sit nice and upright. Then what we're going to do, we're going to rotate one foot outwards, okay? What happens is, as we do that, you're gonna push against your hands, all right? So we won't actually get a lot of movement with this one, but you're just trying to get as much rotation as you can. Hold that end position. If you get a cramp at the top of the hip, a lot of people do, it's just because the muscles deep in the hip, they're just working a little bit hard, so you can just make it a little bit easier by either leaning back just to reduce those demands, or just don't go so far, okay? So just hold it. We'll get about 10. I want to say that's 4. I have no idea, but about 10 we'll say. Just hold that position, okay? You don't want to move your body too much. A little bit's okay. Any more and it's cheating, okay? So we're just pushing inwards with our knees and then rotating that foot outwards as high as we can. Try and hold that top position. Okay, we'll get, I'd say 3 more good ones. What do you reckon? Let me tell you, summer's coming here. It's bloody hot in here. And something is going on with my cats. I don't know, mate, it's the season for it. They've gone insane. They look like, all right, Brian's just here. I don't know if you can see him, but he's just chilling on the seat there. All right, last one. Let's get a good one. Nice and upright. Hold it out. Boom. You know what to do. Other side, straight to it. Okay, so again, we're sitting upright, fists together. And we just hold that top position and rotate it out. That's 3 good ones. Now, I have seen people do this with yoga block. Yoga blocks are good for other things, but I mean, there's honestly no need to do this. I guess maybe if you really needed to lean back, you could do it, but I don't know. Just, you can use your fists, let's be honest. And you can also do this one laying down as well, if it's too hard. So if I was against a wall, place your feet on the wall, do the same thing. One foot stays on the wall, you just rotate it out like that. This might be better for some people. I personally find it's a bit hard to kind of isolate it in our hips. So this one, it kind of locks the hips down apart from where I need it to be. All right, so we'll get 3 more good ones because I was counting the whole time. All right, let's get 1 more. After this, 1 more good one. Hold it, boom. All right, on to the next one. All right, that was internal rotation. What do you think is coming now? External rotation. So the way we'll do this is we'll bring 1 foot up, cross it over on top of that ankle. Now, don't worry, I'll show alternatives. This might be a little bit hard for some people, but what we'll do, we're going to push that knee down, stay as upright as we can, and then we're going to lean that chest forward, okay? What will ruin this is if you hunch over and think, wow, I'm so flexible. I mean, you'll get a stretch, but it's not as good. So we want to stay nice and upright. Just lean forward a little bit, okay? We'll hold that position about 30 seconds, okay? I'm pretty deep in the stretch here. It probably doesn't look like it, but just make sure, just a gentle pressure on that knee downwards, and then we'll lean forward. Now, if you can't do that, a way to make it easier is just slide that foot forward in front of you, okay, and just do the same thing, okay? You'll still get a stretch there, and if that's too hard, straighten the leg down. Eventually there'll come a point where you can't even hold onto your leg, and then we'll go to this one. Cross it over, and then just push it across your body. Instead of pushing it down, we're going to push it across the body like that, okay? That you should be able to find somewhere there where you can get a stretch in. We'll keep holding it, and we'll switch to the other side. So again, sitting upright, if you're doing the full version, cross that leg over on top, okay? And then just a gentle pressure on that knee. Once you feel a little bit of a pull, you're going to lean forward, but keep that chest up, nice straight back. Just hold this position, okay? And if you need it to be easier, you can either lean back and keep that same pressure there, or slide that foot down. Other foot goes a little bit further, and just a gentle pressure. Or the last one, keep the bottom leg straight, bring the other knee up, and just pull it across like that. We're aiming to get a stretch in the side of the butt. That's where your hip external rotators are. So it always helps to know what you're actually trying to do sometimes. Okay, and again, you know what I'm going to say. Don't hold your breath, because why would you? I mean, you'd die after a while, obviously, so make sure you do it. And think of all the trees. Like, if you're holding your breath, the trees are like, bro, like, come on, I'm hungry. Jeez. All right, let's hold this one for another 10 seconds. Imagine if this was scripted. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth. Sorry if bad jokes offend people. Nah, if they did, you wouldn't be here by now. All right, that was it. We're on to the next one. We're almost there. We're going to do an elephant walk with hamstrings. All right, you'll see why this is called an elephant walk in a second. But what we'll do, place your hands on a table, chair, something like that, or if you're reasonably flexible, you can actually put them on the ground. Okay, we're going to start with a bent knees. Both of them are bent. And then all we'll do is we'll straighten one leg at a time and push that hip back. There's a little bit of a turn of the hips. Okay, so again, I'll push one leg back by straightening the knee. You'll feel this hamstring stretch on the straight leg, and then we'll just alternate. Okay, so we're just shifting our knees backwards and forwards, one at a time. You're stretching one hamstring at a time. Okay, so go nice and gentle with this one. Now, if you want to make it easier, obviously the higher you go, your head will get cut off or whatever. The higher you go, less hip flexion, the hamstrings don't have to lengthen as much, okay? But obviously the converse is true, so if you want to make it harder, just lean into those hands, one heel up, one knee back, okay? So when you're stretching the leg that is stretching, that foot wants to be flat on the floor, okay? That's what we're aiming for. But, like I said, wherever your body is, that's where it is, This is your workout, not mine. You're just watching me do it while I talk relative nonsense too, okay? So we'll just push those hips back one at a time. This one is probably like one of the best ways to develop hamstring flexibility. Scalable for everyone, and we're getting a nice gentle stretch. And if you've got tight hamstrings, how easy is it just to do a couple of these, move on with your life. The best kind of mobility is the one that you just do, chip away at it, sprinkle it throughout your week, because that is how you get those long-lasting changes. Because like I said, doing a stretch once a week for 5 minutes, do you think that's going to counteract everything else you do in the week? Not likely. All right, okay, we'll get a couple more out because, I said this would be accessible, and I hope it is. If it's not, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best, okay? Because obviously I don't know who's watching this. I mean, you can tell me, but, try to make it as accessible as possible, because what's the point? All right, guys, that is our workout. Fantastic, right? That was our sneaky little beginner mobility workout. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know what you want to see in the comments. I'll do my best to accommodate. So remember, these videos are on Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee for subscribers to begin with, and then in time, I don't know how long that is, I will release them on, everywhere else for free for everybody. So if you want to see them, sign up to Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, or not, I'm not your boss. Catch you next time.